The three of us barely managed to take down these two overpowered bosses. Find out in this video what we did wrong and what you can do to make downing these bosses look really easy. Greetings gamers, and welcome to the second boss of Shrine of the Storm. Once they were 3, now they are 2. Brother Ironhall and Galecaller Fae are all that is left of the Tide Sage Council, otherwise known as the Abyssal Council. Wave Speaker Reed was the third member, but he was killed by us in the quest The Abyssal Council. Now we all know the golden rule of dungeons and boss fights. Gunk on the floor is almost always bad, so stay out of it. Now while this rule will usually keep you alive or at least stop you looking like a complete noob, for the purpose of this boss fight you need to take this rule, rip it up, burn the pieces, place the ashes into a lead-lined safe, pour concrete over the safe and throw the concrete encased safe into an active volcano. This Mutual Appreciation Society are extremely difficult to take down unless you know the secret of their success. Brother Ironhall puts down a ward which protects Galecaller Fae, reducing the damage she takes by 75%. And Galecaller Fae puts down a ward which increases the haste of Brother Ironhall. The secret to taking these two down easily is to recognise that these wards can work in your favour instead of theirs. Just kite the bosses out of the wards and stand in them yourself. Now on normal difficulty there's only a slight advantage to taking down Galecaller Fae first. On harder difficulties, according to the forums and various websites, it's best to take down Galecaller Fae first. Brother Ironhall can hit hard with his hindering cleave, which also greatly reduces movement speed by anyone caught by it. Now this is manageable if everyone except the tank of course stays out of his way, but if he has the haste buff from Galecaller Fae as well, then he can be quite tough. On top of that, Galecaller Fae routinely casts Slicing Blast, which deals damage but also adds a debuff, which means the more stacks of the debuff you get, the more damage you take. Interrupting her cast can sometimes be difficult, so the faster she's DPS down, the better. From time to time, Brother Ironhall will yell, "My hull is impenetrable!" putting down a reinforcing ward on the ground underneath Galecaller Fae. This ward reduces the damage she takes by 75%, so she needs to be kited out of it so she can take proper damage. Anyone with stacks of Slicing Blast should get into that zone because it removes debuffs as well as reducing damage taken. And from time to time Galecaller Fae buffs Brother Ironhall by means of a swiftness ward yelling, "The breeze is always at our backs!" It always appears under Brother Ironhall and it grants whoever is in the zone increased haste and movement speed as well as immunity to movement impairing effects. Brother Ironhall should be kited out of this very large ground effect and, if possible, as many players as possible should stand in it. If the tank keeps Brother Ironhall and Galecaller Fae far apart from each other, there is little danger that she will also be in the ground effect benefiting from her own haste buff. And that's all there is to this fight. If you kite the bosses out of their buff zones and stand in them yourselves, then you'll be the one that's overpowered and you'll take them down like a boss. Have fun dismantling what's left of the council, and I'll see you in the next video.
To the sea, sea to sea, ashes to ashes, tide to tide. May your souls find peaceful currents.